Hello everyone, welcome to a kind of sort of special video. So, I passed 50 subs a while back alongside celebrating the 5th anniversary of this channel existing, or me doing YouTube, period. Actually, yeah, this channel existing is coming up in February, but yeah. So, I thought in celebration of that, I'd go back and take a look at the weirdness that is these birthday videos. Consider the most recent one the best one out of all of them. I was gonna be like watching them on YouTube because I don't really have any other place to do it. I do some commentary and yeah, we're gonna go into Blast and We're gonna go Blast Past. All right, so here we go. Here's birthday video 2014. This is back when I was using this whole intro. For most of the videos, I dropped that at some point. This also like, I think this was back when I was using Windows Movie Maker a lot, and this is about one of the first projects where I started using Blender, I think. And cat. Oh frick. Oh boy. This was using an actual cover, because at the time I had this all synced up. No, there's Tim. I had this all synced up to the Japanese version and all, right? And then suddenly it comes in and claim. Ah, frick! I'm gonna use this cover, I think. Oh my gosh. And the shots I'd used for many years to come, and goodness, I stopped using this at some point. And this is still the weirdest bit of this video. A lot of the ones would come out later, and they'd be more or less planned. Like, this year's was planned, and this was not. This running was ridiculous. I'm going like, I don't want to do this. Clips from the videos I did at the time. This was like early Kirkklan. And stuff I had on hand, which was an external hard drive that was plugged in. My brother now uses it. This is back when... This is made back when... Oh my gosh, and there's the cat. Digger. Who died the next year. Sorry. And that was all made. Oh. Oh gosh. Nice. General YouTube community. This is weird. I don't remember this. That was weird. By the way, so yeah, this is back when I was really into Sword Art Online before I figured out, wait a minute, this is not the best story. It was basically before I watched the Mother's Basement videos, and I haven't really been into anime ever since. Birthday video 2015, which this one was one of the most interesting ones. Like I planned, the original plan was to do jars of clay and have all this stylized stuff. I might actually bring some of that back. To have all this stylized stuff and everything, then that got cut down to, you know, well, let's just make time-lapse of me doing the dishes and make that the background and all, and that turned out to be whole editing hassle. I'm going like, you know what? Yeah. So I ended up like getting all this footage of me just doing the dishes, and then time-lapsing it to Fly of the Bumblebee. Oh my gosh. And this is also back when... Wait, was this? Oh, forgot. Discard any previous statement ever. This was Rainbow Connection. Which has no audio, dang it. Gonna need to come back and edit it in later. This was all synced up to Rainbow Connection from the Muppet movie. This is also about the same time the text thing came into Blender, which was really nice. I really wanted text in the editing thing. Still sad that it isn't as capable as it could be, but yeah. Oh, never mind. It's actually audio. Okay. It's very soft. And this was all Flip No CO 3D. Oh gosh. I wish I could actually sit down and make good flip notes. Remember, I got Flip No CO 3D simply because I wanted to do animation with like some form of thing. I now use the tablet. Yeah, I use a tablet. Wacom tablet. It was awesome. Shot. Oh boy. Fuck. Oh frick. And then I actually used this shot as kind of a temp shot for the one channel trailer I made last year. And this was, I think this was made like shortly before I started growing beards. I grow beards. Oh, that was good. If only I knew. I should probably go out and kick a flip note. Ah, my gosh, I knew some of what I was doing. I also remember thinking, I wish I knew how to flip note better. So, every single time I go in and do things, the room is always different, the thing is always different. There's my brother's drum kit in the shot. Then there's the desk, which is actually now my computer desk if you actually watch some more recent stuff. More animation stuffs. And, oh frick, I forgot. Technically, you could call this the start of the idea that has become Kirkklan All-Star. Oh gosh. Kirkklan All-Stars. Because this was... Why did he jump? Ah, that's right, because he fell down and then he evolved, and what the frick? I remember the layout of this room. I almost call most of these videos time capsules. So that was birthday video 2015. What I was talking about earlier was birthday video 2016, which was this whole mess of a thing. Yep. I have nothing really much to say about this one. It is what it is. It's me sitting down doing dishes to The Flight of the Bumblebee. And it's just one of those ones where it's like, yeah, it's a video, I guess. I think I used my 3D, either my 3DS or the red camera I'd gotten that previous Christmas. Yeah, I don't think I had. Yeah, I think I was using my 3DS for this. I'm looking at this is back when the dishwasher worked, because we still have that dishwasher, but it don't work. Well, it did work for a while, but it doesn't work now. Like there was a point in time where it worked and then it didn't work for a long time. Then suddenly it decided to work, and then now it doesn't work anymore. And there's my cup. And I remember this was recorded over multiple days. Still is interesting seeing what happens to the things. Like, look over there, you see the filter. We had a filter on our sink, but that died. So the story's just been, we've been doing that. Can't remember what we had the blender out for. This is just kind of made out of the whole thing. I know. So just I end up doing the dishes a lot. Not that's a bad thing, but still, I just found myself doing it a lot. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. This is not a bad one. griddle. Do-do-do-do-do. Take a look at that hair. Oh my gosh. Actually, at some point we stopped. We had a bread maker there. I think we stopped using that. We stopped doing bread with a bread maker altogether. Morning, Mom. So yeah. How long is this again? We're right near the end. My gosh. Can you last 3 minutes of a person doing dishes? Oh, I think the cup right there is actually my recent water bottle. But yeah. I have no clue what else to say about this other than it's me doing dishes and the kitchen to an extent. Alright, that leads us to birthday video 2017. The mess that is I'm Still Here. My gosh. I still consider this a mess of a video. Like, just dump some of it's there, some of it's not in there. Part of me's thinking, you know, maybe I could like do remake of this, like sit down and then come back and do come back and then just do a full-on remake of some of this. 'Cause this is so unpolished and so unfinished. It's not even funny. I look back and I'm going like, oh gosh, this was... Because first off, you had a terrible camera. I think I was using my 3DS camera, and I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna... you can still do stuff at 12 frames per second, so I'm gonna animate 12 frames per second, and I'm gonna cut down the video to 12 frames per second, which means that the video itself is just choppy. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look really that good. And then you have me being... it's so unfinished. At least it had more of a plan than the previous ones. But it's still so unfinished. Oh, I forgot about the other quirk. The other thing I don't like, and that's the fact that this is a spliced karaoke track. Oh. It's weird. Oh gosh! Oh my gosh! And I did not have enough voice training. I don't do this enough. Also, the picture there is supposed to represent where I am supposed to be. Which that is our church. I'm supposed to be sitting there on the church, on the brick wall, and you can see, like, you go off there, and then boom. And so you still have patches of that right there. I'm supposed to be walking down the street, but yeah, since it's still storyboards and references, it's so unfinished. Then you have like a whole thing like, how did they do that? We had that. I think most of the pictures I took were with my 3DS, and I think it was also when I had my camera. Oh gosh, that was cute. And I think, yeah, no, that's not the first bit of animation. So this would have been the first bit of animation. And we have like my character flying and everything, and I could probably do this now. Considering that I switched over from the program I was using OpenTunes to Krita. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then I disappear like Chester Cat, only mouth left. I think this was not anime, but apparently I didn't have a location. Oh, never mind. I still like that drawing. I think I'm on the street. I need to actually dig and find the original storyboard type thing I made for these. I am. Oh my gosh! If only. First bit of animation right there. My first bit of vector animation, and I never. Oh my gosh! I've improved so much. I think I've improved so much since this. Then this looks so. This doesn't look as good as I think it did. Of course, again, I'm also. I remember it'd just be this whole thing where I'd cycle, and then another bit of live action. I run. Still unfinished. Then we have this. Then we have the hammer shotgun, which I actually really love that gun. Boom, and then bum. I like that shot still. And this was done like with a combination of Blender and a custom skeleton rig. I have the gun there, and I don't draw guns well, but I think this was a relatively well-drawn gun. Oh gosh. Trying to do this was a bit odd, and then boom. Boom. And I vowed after that never to do any real color. And the idea is like he'd slide and then fade into this, but because that didn't happen, hey, yeah, you only get the ending of me just ending up. And I think I was actually using that Stain on the Road as a reference. So alright, what I consider one of the worst music videos that I've ever done. And I don't think it is, honestly, I don't think it is as bad. Of course, I think I'm talking over most of it and not really looking at it. It's still, I think, and I think my memory made it worse than it actually was. But still, it is still pretty terrible. That is, it's so unfinished. It's about as unfinished as I think like a 2016 Ubisoft game. It's about as unfinished as Assassin's Creed Unity on launch. It is so unfinished. It ain't even funny. I still say I do want to come back and actually redo it, remake it, and honestly, this kind of made me learn a handful of lessons. Like, don't rush it, which means I actually need to plan things. And I actually have my next round of musics to do for music video, which honestly, but yeah. And I think we're going to do commentary on the more recent one that I did. Which, this is about the best one. Like, last year I felt like I set the bar so low that you can only really go up from here. And this was actually one of the best ones out of all of them, I think. So, alright. We stop the video like this, and then bum. And you get all the characters' names. I actually had to go back and take a look for most of that in order to find them. It's fun. A lot of people like saying it was funny. Like you have this whole build up, and then suddenly, bam! I'm getting breakfast. And it's me getting breakfast. It was actually done before I did a whole monitoring thing that happened at the hospital. Like, most of this was done before that, and some of it was done after that. I think this was a very good idea, because I didn't need to do that much work. See, I don't have to do all 16 animations. Like, I went out and I found a whole add-on to another program that had all the audio samples, and I just wanted samples. And I actually animated everything up onto there. Of course, this kind of started out the Kirkklan All-Stars, which you saw at the beginning. Want an explanation for All-Stars? That is basically these characters. They're the characters I created over many years, and I could probably like point out who's who right now. So we have Henchman, Sego, Nicholas, who's enemy of Sego, DR88, Sharp Trick. They go so quickly. Well, also, this was kind of a last-minute thing, because I'm going like, I want to do this whole thing, because I don't know what to do with that empty space. Like you saw there with the flashing lights, that was kind of a last-minute thing. I think something I proposed and did, because it was I didn't know what to do with that empty space. Oh, and this was the fun bit, because I'm going like, what do I do? Let's crank up the intensity of this. Let's do something fun with it. So bum 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 bum. It also kind of accentuates the beat oddly enough, and I don't necessarily know why. And I did this, and I can only really think of like how a Mario level comes out, like the Game Maker's Toolkit video on that. I don't know why. I don't know why. Alright, and then I did this part really early on in development. And I actually have all the frames as PNGs because the encoding was losing some quality, and I just went like, what? But it's kind of like the traditional birthday video look back at stuff, as I called it, though looking at like that only really happened in the first one. Imagine after listening to this over and over again, like get an idea. Some come up and yeah, there. That's how I was like from something I did. I'm not gonna say what's gonna happen next. Oh, and this was the first one which actually had an outro. Like all the other ones, no, they didn't necessarily have outros. They had like intros saying this dedicated to so-and-so, or this is thanking so-and-so for doing X or Y. This is actually the first one where I actually set up the camera, set up the tripod, the good old telescope tripod that I had. So I set that up in the middle of the room. And this was like, I think day of as well. Like, I think this was like 22nd. I actually recorded this on the 22nd, right before it was about to go. Like the day before it was supposed to go up, this was made. Like I said here, all of them are relatively rushed. The birthday last year's was very rushed. But then this is just kind of like much better, even though it is still kind of in that rushed area. But it was like made up of smaller animations that I could actually manageably do in that short amount of time. And there are only like 5 characters. Like it was fun going back through most of my catalog, and what's even funnier is going back through. Didn't look like the other one, Rainbow Connection, and just kind of going like, hey, I forgot about those characters. So yeah, that's commentary on all of the birthday videos I've done. So here's to hoping I do more of them and actually like have a whole backlog of them. I decided to make a playlist on Spotify, which who knows I might share or not share. And it was more or less to keep track of what I'm doing than anything else. But yeah. Here's to hoping to do more. I have so many more, and I actually get to doing them on time. So thank you all for watching this commentary video. If you like the video, please place a like. If you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe. Go watch the videos yourselves. But until next time, this is Kirkklan signing out.